John and Pete Nigerian join us now. John, you want to start us off on all of this? I mean, what I was asked, like, what assumptions, if any, can you make in an environment like this? Like, what's your mindset like when it's this uncertain out there, especially when it's geopolitical stuff?
Because of that uncertainty, Colin, I think the people should be much more focused on sticking with what they've got. A lot of people are going to try to panic them out of the market. There is not that panic reflected by the big institutional traders in this market. Not at all. That's the VIX that my brother will talk about, I'm sure, the volatility index. But a lot of folks that panicked in April certainly regret it today after sell in May and go away didn't work at all. And now June is not looking so bad either, even with this conflict that could escalate into an all-out shooting war.
You know, he's trying to put words in your mouth, Pete, number one, okay? And that's the first thing. And the second thing is, I'm going to talk to you the rest of the time because he called me Colin instead of Connell.
Connell.
Did you hear that? Yeah. Did you hear that? So that's the second. So it could be just me and Pete the rest of it. We only have a field. So were you going to talk? Were you even going to talk about the VIX? Maybe you weren't.
No, I was going to talk about that because I think that really does. It makes a lot of sense, though, because the reality is people aren't panicking right now. And I think that's been really something that is pretty unusual because there was a lot of reasons why they could be panicking, whether you want to talk about inflation or you want to talk about, you know, what's going on geopolitically and all the rest of those types of things, the tariffs. I mean, all of that. And yet the start of June, we started out with a 16 to an 18 on the VIX, which is very close to a, let's call it a normal level. But we did get a little bit of a hop up today and yesterday or this past week where we've gotten up and over 22, but that's not very much either, Connell. So there's a lot of reasons why I think, see how I got that name right?
Oh, I'm paying attention.
But there's a lot of reasons why I look at this and the volatility right now, and it's amazingly calm, just like the market's resiliency has been incredible to watch, right? I mean, the fact that all the news that we hear from you and everybody else in the world that's reporting the news, you would think that the markets would absolutely be collapsing. That is not what's happening at all.
Despite how hard we try to scare you to death. Right, John, what about, I guess the other thing I was curious about, we mentioned it briefly, when does Trump get his rate cut? You know, the president's been pushing Powell to cut rates forever. I mean, what's your sense, John, of when rates, interest rates come down?
I liked that Waller said, Connell, that, and I got it right that time. I like that he was saying we're going to see something as early as July. I think that, again, we stayed too low for too long, and then we went up the fastest in history with the rate hikes. I think his legacy will not be very good if he waits all the way into September, October timeframe, because right now, with everything else going on, with Switzerland cutting rates and Japan cutting rates, I don't know how we don't cut rates because we're at the same global trading environment that those two countries are. I don't know what's so different about Switzerland and Japan from us.
Well, a discussion for another day, maybe before July. Seriously, guys, you're always great, though, too. John and Pete, thanks so much.
Thank you,
always having your insights.
My apologies.
No, stop. John and Pete Nigerian with us now.